can't. Well, I can believe what's happened because you deserve it because you worked so hard for it. But it's happened so fast.
It has.
It is hard to believe it's only been 2 years.
I know.
Because we don't often sort of like look back on everything we've done, and just now I was just saying, you know, you watch things like that and you think, I'm really, really proud of my 4 friends, you know what I mean?
Oh,
It's just,
good for you.
it's wicked.
I have to say, I would like to come back as a Spice Girl, because you just look like you are having the best time. I mean, I know everything always looks more glamorous from the outside, but do you enjoy it?
We do enjoy it. I think because now we properly manage ourselves, you get to know all the inside stuff and you get to sort out our own schedule. We get to decide what we want to do as a group, so that's kind of more refreshing.
So that's why we're here today, you see.
Yeah,
It's our day.
This
Go
is-
do
listen,
this
everybody,
morning.
This is their day off.
What have been the other moments where you've sort of pinched yourselves and thought, we're here, I can't believe this is happening?
There's been so many. There's been so, you know, because we get asked that a lot, but there's also been personal moments when, you know, it's just been us 5 sitting in a hotel room laughing and joking, having jet lag. You know, there's so many, obviously, when you get the awards and when you're doing all that sort of thing, but also the personal side is just as good.
We were thinking back the other day as well, you know, I mean, we've met Nelson Mandela, which was, you know, a fantastic experience, you know, Prince Charles, and it's nice to be able to, when you sort, you know, you stand back and you think about everything you've done.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Didn't you pinch Nelson Mandela's toilet paper or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
And you know, like they have the plant pots with the false stones in. I don't know if you've got that here. But we nicked the stone, and it's really funny because we handed them out in a piece of toilet paper to our makeup artist.
The other funny thing was we actually told him.
And he laughed.
He just laughed.
I tell you one thing that I do remember, and I think you've done this a lot, is when you're on stage, like performing our new single, Viva Forever.
Don't worry, we'll plug it later. Yeah.
That song is so mad because to have all the audience, they all put their lighters on and they're all doing that, and like in Europe especially, they cry. Really? And so you'll be singing the song to them and they'll be crying back at you. And like, you've cried a few times doing it, and I have, and it's just a moment that you can't explain.
That must have been hurtful, though, all the stuff they can't sing.
I don't know, at the end of the day, from the moment we started, you know, being women, you came across so many barriers, you know, we just sort of really were strong in ourselves, and you just have to get over it.
Do you think it's worse being a girl band, then? Do you think
Well,
you find it harder?
you know, initially,
I think initially it was quite hard. I remember first of all they were saying that girls don't sell magazine covers, so we couldn't get a magazine cover, which was like that was the first thing we couldn't get, and it's like you had to go through so many barriers and knock down the walls and, you know, work quite hard.
Which is crazy when you think it is mainly girls that buy magazines anyway.
Exactly.
I think why wouldn't they want to see a female?
It's
now,
a male-dominated industry.
Now, I mean, we're asked all the time, what do you think about, you know, all these new girl bands? I mean, we think it's fantastic.
Brilliant.
It's fantastic to see that, you know, originally that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
And everybody says, oh, is there, you know, any animosity between you and other bands? And it's like, not at all. We are so proud of anybody that is up there doing it.
The girl bands that are coming up are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got Cleopatra, you've got All Saints, you've got
Yeah, we like them.
Child. They're all brilliant.
Yeah.
And they've all got their own look, and there's room for everybody. Just like when it was big on the boy bands. There was so many boy bands, but there was room for them all.
Yeah, yeah.
And it should be the
You talk about the
same.
male-dominated industry, and I know it's a legal thing and you can't get into it too much, and you wouldn't anyway, because you don't stitch people up. What was the problem with the manager? What was the issue there?
At the end
Was
of
it
the day,
control?
I mean, obviously for legal reasons,
I know
we
that,
cannot go into that, but you know, at the end of the day, I'd like to say with my hand on my heart, we are 5 nice girls, and everyone we work with, we always play fair, and there was a genuine reason, you know, professional reason, why we didn't want to, you know, continue working with him, and, you know, times change and sometimes you just have to move on.
You just need to move on.
Yeah, you have to move on.
He was hardly left Paul, was he?
No,
He wasn't
very
very, you know, everything was very, very fair. You know, we always play
You just
fair.
felt it was time to move on.
Absolutely.
Do it for yourself.
And you just managing yourselves now?
Yeah, I mean, we did it before that.
Before for like a couple of years, so it just felt right to move back into
to our roots.
Back to our roots.
So how do you take decisions then? What do? You have a committee
We
meeting?
do it between a lot of us.
We've
I mean,
all
it's
got
great
different
because,
areas.
We've got different
you know,
areas.
we
Who does what?
Well, we've handpicked people around us. You know, we always sort of like have a laugh and say it's like the members of Parliament. It's like Parliament. You know, we are the Prime Minister, and we delegate people all around us to do, you know, to do different jobs.
Brilliant.
We've handpicked everyone.
Environment.
So what do you
I'm tour control. I saw everything to do with the tour. If the lighting's not very good that night, I have to tell them. When the rehearsals go wrong, all that kind of thing.
Tour controller.
Tour control.
Great.
What about you, Jerry?
Mine's quite, I would say mine's pretty difficult. Mine's sponsorship.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's quite...
She gets all the
meeting.
flack.
Yeah, I get all the real flack.
Do you wear a suit? Do you kind of go power dress to these meetings?
No, I just all up here. Yeah.
This is your outfit. Go to the
Are you good at that? Are you good at the power meetings? Jerry?
Well, I quite
Just
enjoy it.
make sure that she sat with some Pepsi and some Walkers. And
Yeah,
she's fine.
I'm fine.
Keep them all happy.
I think, you know, doing business like that, you can, you know, it's quite enjoyable. We can get quite off on it, really.
But I think it's funny because, you know, like, because I had a meeting with somebody during the tour last week, and it's funny because all these people that we're dealing with are grown men and grown women, and you will have to sit there and go, right, I want this, this and this, and I don't agree with what you're doing that, and it's like, they sit there and take it.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Some people is yeah, very hard to take. You know, he's 50 and he's standing there having to be told off by a 22-year-old.
You're not doing your job properly.
You must love it.
What do you do?
I'm personnel and I also deal with charities.
And you're children's monitor.
Personnel, children's monitor.
Yeah.
I have to make sure they're all away before we start the show and nothing pops out.
If we want a day
Oh,
off.
I see. Oh, I
Yeah.
see that, yeah.
Personnel is looking through, obviously, our whole schedule
Schedule.
and just making sure there's not too much, we don't get too tired and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm sorry about that, girls.
Can I
I'm
have a
doing very well.
Can I have a day off on Monday, please?
So was it your decision then that you came here on your day off today?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No, because it's all very glam and they look great. They are knackered.
Yeah.
You are really tired, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, you are. I mean,
No, we flew in from the night before.
Yeah.
so-
let's just finish off with a line.
So what-
Whoever.
Go on, what are you?
Oh, I'm the head of merchandising.
Yeah. So do you do the dolls?
No, I mean, I think, you know,
dolls
even
are good. I
though
like the
even though we have our own, you know, division and things that we do, you know, it's
make
all a
sure
collective.
everyone
You know, I
But
just
if there's any
relay that.
problem, you have to...
She just gets...
If you don't like your clothes on your dolly, you have to come and complain to me.
Right, okay, fine. Complaints as well then.
Yeah, complaints
That's
as
the
well.
best
You
phone.
should have badges like the milk monitor at school.
It's like that, basically. Go on.
And you, Melanie.
And I'm lost luggage. No, I do like with the record company, if we're going to go in the studio, I do recordings, like what singles coming out the format and, you know, videos and stuff
We're
like
writing
that.
our third album at the moment.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happens is, basically, and then we have a kind of meeting and you have to
All
report.
together.
Yeah.
Report back to bed.
Yeah.
Anybody else there? Just the five of you?
Well, it depends, but I'll tell you, it's very difficult to get 5 of us in a room at one time. When you
So
want
you have to do-
look,
yeah.
what do you think about this? You know,
Yeah.
and you have to get them all up before any. You know, our PA's got a really hard job, basically.
Yeah.
getting
So
it.
would you say then, now, two-ish years on from the big hit, right, and now you've been big for 2 years, are you closer, or about as close, or a bit less close, or, you know?
Closer than
Yeah.
ever.
Really, honestly?
Closer
Yeah?
than ever.
Yeah.
I think now we don't even, like, if we're going to have an argument, we don't even go there with each other. Do you know what I mean? I think we're very mature with each other. We know how far to go with each other. We know what to
Yeah.
say and what not to say. It's very much like on a respect level now more so than
Sounds
ever.
like a good marriage. Sounds like a good marriage.
Yeah, it
Lots of
is.
tolerance.
It's a bit like your Richard and Judy's marriage.
Well,
there you
no, I'm
go.
just saying, I mean, we've been married for 10 or years or more. We've been together for about 15, and it's true. I don't know if it's the same in your marriage. You go through some quite sparky points where you test each other out.
Yeah.
You see how far you're going to go and how far they're going to take it,
I think
and then you
get on a
compromise.
more respect. You respect
That's
that
right.
she's different
It's-
from you, and then you
Yeah.
respect each
I
other's
think
differences.
also, you know, when you know we spend a lot of time away from home, and everybody tries to understand, but us five are the only people that understand what each other are going through.
Yeah.
When you're missing home, when you're feeling a bit sad, so we're always there for each other.
Did the
it's
girl
really
power
nice.
thing start out as a gimmick? I mean, because it sounds good, girl
No.
power, because it has turned into something else. It's been picked up on a lot now. Go on. Go on.
We never, ever, like, meant for it to, like, get like that. It was just something that we sort of said.
Yeah.
You know, we had
Felt
meetings
good.
with record companies and stuff, and it's something we used to talk about, saying, you know, there's no girl bands, we need girl power, isn't there? And it just sort of, like, cottoned on and, like snowballed.
It was out there, you know, so long before us anyway.
Years, it's been out there,
Yeah, I
years.
mean, from history, there's always been strong women. But the actual catchphrase, I think, you know, that was Shampoo had said it, you know, at the same time. So, and it was just like a label for a feeling that was happening.
One journalist in one of the heavies and one of the glossy magazines wrote about it, and Alison Pearson spent some time with you, wrote very flatteringly about you, and they said that then she went to a school to talk to young girls, you know, 7, 8, 9-year-olds, about what they thought about girl power, and she said that it's become a very detailed little philosophy now, and that they were
It's in the
basically saying...
dictionary now, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it has gone into one of the Oxfords. But it's great.
Come on!
Yeah, and the girls basically are feeling that they can do what they want.
Things like that.
Yeah, if you
It's
want to
more
do
of
it,
a-
you
it's
will
more
do.
of an girl power is more of an attitude.
I think that's one thing that we really believe in, because a lot of people say, well, obviously you've achieved most of your dreams, and it's like, well, no, because once you like have a dream, you create another one. It's like between the five of us, we've got so many dreams and ambitions and so many things that we still want to do. It doesn't just stop. With our third album, we're going to do more like individual stuff, because we have grown up a lot. We're still going to be together as a group, but say Emma might sing a solo on the album, or me and Mel might do a duet on the album. So it makes it more exciting for us, and it makes it more exciting for our friends.
Something new.
Because we know we've kind of matured and grown up like, on a friendship level with each other, so that's why we're going to allow each other to kind of go our own ways as well. It's like between the five of us, we've got so many dreams and ambitions and so many things that we